was a brief text message sent to her mother 5 days earlier on the morning of September 9th. Sent from the vicinity of the park entrance, it confirmed she was starting her ascent as planned and that cell service would soon be non-existent. After that message, the digital trail went cold. Piper Crumweed had shouldered her heavy pack, complete with a blue backpack and a green foam sleeping pad, and walked into the vastness of the Rockies, seemingly dissolving into the thin mountain air. The mobilization in response to Piper Crumweed's disappearance was immediate and massive. Rocky Mountain National Park is a staggering landscape encompassing over 415 square miles of some of the most rugged, high-altitude terrain in the United States. It is a place of towering peaks, deep, shadowed valleys, and weather systems that can shift from benign to lethal in a matter of hours. Searching for a single individual in such an environment is an overwhelming undertaking, a race against time and the elements. The initial strategy focused strictly on the itinerary Piper had filed with the Park Service. It was a challenging multi-day loop, traversing well-known passes and established camping zones. By the morning of September 15th, the park was inundated with personnel. Park rangers, specialized search and rescue SAR teams, volunteers, and officers from the Denver PD converged, establishing a command center near the trailhead. The atmosphere was one of focused intensity, the air thick with the thrum of helicopter rotors and the crackle of radio communications. The aerial search was relentless. Pilots navigated treacherous wind currents, conducting low-altitude grid searches, scanning the vast expanses of alpine tundra and dense forests below. They looked for any sign of disturbance, any flash of unnatural color that might indicate the presence of a campsite or discarded gear. On the ground, dog teams were deployed, attempting to catch any scent trail before the elements washed it away. The searchers pushed themselves to the limits of physical endurance, battling the effects of altitude and the emotional weight of searching for a fellow officer. They knew that if Piper was immobilized, she would have the training to signal for help, conserve her resources, and make herself visible. Yet, day after day, the teams returned exhausted and empty-handed. Jarek and Myrna Crumweed arrived at the command center, their faces etched with anxiety. They provided investigators with exhaustive lists of Piper's gear, down to the color of her water bottles and the brand of her hiking shoes. They described her hiking habits, her meticulous preparation, and her cautious nature. They clung to the hope that her skills and experience would keep her alive until help arrived. Simultaneously, detectives in Denver began the routine but necessary background investigation. They examined Piper's life, looking for any hidden stressors or conflicts that might explain her disappearance. They reviewed her recent case files, searching for disgruntled suspects who might have sought retaliation. They examined her financials, her communication records, and her personal relationships. The results were uniformly negative. Piper appeared to be in a good place, with no unusual activity, financial distress, or personal conflicts noted. The investigation confirmed what everyone suspected. The answer was somewhere in the mountains. Days stretched into a week. The initial saturation of her planned route yielded nothing. No discarded gear, no signs of a disturbed campsite, no indication she had even made it past the first day's ascent. It was baffling. How could such an experienced hiker vanish without a trace on a marked trail system? The wilderness remained stubbornly silent. It was during this period of stalled progress that investigators uncovered an unusual detail that dramatically shifted the focus of the search.